So people are often attracted to the idea of doing really big picture innovation, real moonshot kinds of efforts. And that's certainly the sexy type of innovation to do. And it's the kind that you generally read about in the media where a company is like tried to really do something dramatically different. But the media tends to focus on the ones that worked, and they don't focus on the vast majority that didn't work out so well. And I think there's often a lot of retroactive making it sound like it was more inevitable and went a lot more smoothly than it actually did. I'm a big fan of taking things in a more incremental fashion, of doing smaller steps, smaller experiments that are lower risk, lower investment, have less sunk cost. And building your way up to that big effort. And a kind of an analogy is of sports. So if you've been a couch potato and you haven't spent a lot of time exercising, then you're not going to try and go out and run a marathon on your very first go, right? You're going to work your way up to it with a lot smaller runs first. You know, innovation is kind of the same way. You want to work your way into it. But innovation is also a team sport. A marathon is a solo sport. Innovation typically requires a lot of other people in your organization to come together and collaborate and make it happen. And so it's really critical that they're also along on that journey, and they're going through that process of learning and getting stronger and getting better, all at roughly the same pace in order to actually bring this innovation to life. And so I think you really want to focus on building up those strengths, figuring out where your skills are strong, where you need to work on some muscle building to build up other strengths. And this actually makes me think of a sporting good client that I worked with a number of years ago who was, very strong in their market, had been around for a long time, knew their market super well, made very high-end products, and they wanted to do sort of an Internet of Things kind of approach. So that, what they knew how to do was manufacture in metal and plastic. They knew retail channels and price points and sponsorship deals. They didn't know software, they didn't know sensors, they didn't know data, right? That was all new to them. And in their case, it would have been better if they'd taken more of an incremental approach rather than try and bite all of that off in one go, right? It was just too big of a leap for them to make. And there's times when doing that big moonshot is the right thing to do, but it's pretty rare. Generally, doing that more incremental approach is going to make you make your likelihood of winning the marathon a lot more likely.